I said, you know, my heroes are my two little girls. I have twin girls, and they're my little princesses. And people talk about, you know, this guy gave me medical aid at Mashingar, this guy did this, or whatever. Well, these two little girls, they saved my life. I was really, really down. I was really in a bad place. Physically, I did not feel well. It was probably at the worst point of brain injury for me. I felt like I was hungover every morning, even though I wasn't drinking. I would sit up on the edge of my bed, and it'd take me a minute to get my balance and get my bearings before I tackled the big walk to the washroom. My balance was horrible. My vision was really off because of the brain injury. It wasn't optical, it was cognitive. So I was in a pretty rough spot, and that really drove me down a lot with mental health. And then you tap into that I was in a very, very high-paced environment, and I was slowly working up the courage to ask for a lateral move, to take a knee. That was not going well. I was becoming more and more irritable and irate at work and at home. I had my little girls out, and we were shopping for Christmas, looking for mommy's gift. And they're just full of happiness and joy, and I'm just covering up everything for them. We were driving back down the Queensway in Ottawa, heading west, and it was snowing. It was, you know, we had a good shopping day and all the rest, but I'm done. A crowded environment in a mall, lots of lights, looking after the kids who are excited and everything else, and it really hit me hard. And when I would get tired, I'd get very moody as well, and I wasn't really comprehending what was going on to me. So we were driving along, and I remember the snow on the windshield and the windshield wipers going and everything. We were listening to Christmas carols, and the girls are singing really loud in the back seat and the whole works, and I'm singing along with them. But I remember like even checking to see if they could see me in the rear view mirror from the back seat, because I had tears streaming down my face. And I'd made the decision that I was going to end my life that day. And had it all planned out how to do it, and had it mapped out how to do it so that my family wouldn't have any grisly discoveries or anything like that. And they're what kept me from doing it. I wasn't doing well with my wife at the time. You know, I felt like she had changed. We didn't have any fun anymore. We were just sort of tolerating each other. In fact, it was me. And looking back, she gave me a ton of support. And she's stayed with me through it all, and so the credit goes to her and my little girls that I'm still here. And I never thought I'd see the day. I always viewed that as a coward's way out, but you hit a point where you become so numb to everything except the bad. You can't really embrace the good, and you just want the pain mentally and physically. You just want the pain to stop, and you don't feel like you're of value. So that was a big turnaround for me, and that was when I started reaching out for help. And I actually went to the social worker appointments that they made for me. The first few times I just sat outside and then would text and say, can't make it. But you know what, that putting out your hand a little bit for help, that's not a bad thing to do. I think that's actually a great sign of strength to do that. And it's recoverable. If I could pass on one message about all of this, mental health is not the end of days. Mental health issues, you'd be shocked how many people have them. And when you start talking about them, you'll be shocked about how many people come forward and give you similar stories and talk about what worked for them. And just because you have a brain injury doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get CTE. And if you get CTE, it doesn't mean that you're going to have dementia or that you're going to die from it. You might die with it. You may, but you may not die from it. You've still got a purpose. You've still got a lot of good years ahead of you. You just got to dig in and do a little bit of work, and you've got to change your life and focus on what matters and what brings meaning to you. And then it's the pillars of mental health and resilience, nutrition, rest, and physical activity. You know, and it sounds contrite. It sounds like, well, there's no way that those things can work. And I'm telling you, all the medication and therapies in the world are going to do nothing if you don't seek to help yourself, and if you don't surround yourself with the people and the things that mean something to you to help carry you through those times.
Bye.